Peace. This is a meat and potato sorcery production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and I am going to talk to you about the daemon Clauneck. Clauneck is under the direction of Lord Sirac. And if you want to work with Clauneck, who can grant you wealth and access to material comforts, it's best that you first more than likely would ask Lucifer to intercede, or you would just pose a question to Clauneck. And like with any daemon, you have to approach them from a respectful vantage point. But with Clauneck, he will only help you if you see the fault within you. He can be somewhat strict because a lot of times people let opportunities slip through their hands because they either procrastinate or they're too focused on what everybody thinks. And that can be family and false friends. And this will prove to their undoing as far as recognizing their purpose, but also when working with Clauneck. Because Clauneck will let you know exactly what you're good at and what you're not good at. And why have you been playing around? He will really cut to the chase when it comes to that. So what I would highly recommend is that with the uncertainty in the world, have a business plan. In other words, do you have a savings and a checking? If you don't, try to get that. Or are you in the credit union? So you have to be very practical when you're working with these energies. Do you have access to the credit union? Do you have a driver's license, your social security? Can you put down $100? Can you build that up so you can procure a small business loan? Then what I would suggest, but even Clauneck would probably say this, have you ever thought about a podcast or starting a small business on the internet? Or even if you're working on YouTube, when you get to a certain point and you want to pay money for YouTube, you make your money through running ads and promotions of other people. It takes money to make money. So these are some very pragmatic things that you may want to think about. And like I said, Clauneck, if you want to invoke him, you can use his sigil, and his color, his candle color is gray or silver. That's his color. So you have to be very practical, and it's about your agenda versus everyone else's agenda, because the reason that a lot of people don't get a lot of things done because they're too concerned what other people think. And I don't care what a lot of people say on the internet, but in the end, you're too concerned about what people think. And then you have these parasitic friends and family members who like, hey, you see, I didn't make it. Why don't you have a plan B? Sometimes there is no plan B. There's just plan A, and that is it. It is as simple as that. There is no plan B. If you approach it from a plan B, you're just going to get another 9 to 5 job. You're going to be miserable. You're going to stay there probably a year or two, and then your spirit will cry out for release. So work with Lucifer to see if Clauneck will work with you, or just use a pendulum. And then if Clauneck does want to work with you, stand on your square and get on your A game. Remember, it's your agenda versus their agenda. And I believe that your agenda is far more important than theirs. So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I am the Water Alchemist. You water, my friends. Peace.